I have a confession to make. I once proudly waved a Confederate flag. One beautiful fall day, my fifth grade class took a field trip to a history museum in Richmond. And at the end of our tour, as most tours, we ended up in the gift shop. All the kids playing with the various Civil War trinkets and rock candy. And there they were, this huge bin of these flags. I recognized these flags. Anybody here ever heard of the Dukes of Hazzard? I love that show. Every episode was a car chase with the Duke boys, driving their bright orange race car, the General Lee. And for some reason, that car could out-jump and outrun anything and never ended up with a scratch. So there I was, back on the bus with my brand new General Lee flag waving out the window. When I get home, I run downstairs after I drop my backpack to where my dad is tending the wood stove. And I'm like, hey, Dad, check this out. And he was like, do you know what that is? I was like, yeah, it's the flag from the Dukes of Hazzard, the one on the General Lee. And I could tell he wasn't as excited about this flag as I was. And that's when my dad, a 27-year Army veteran who served in Korea and Vietnam, sat me down and told me about his experience with this flag growing up through segregation. He told me its connection to slavery, to our country's history, to our family's history, Black history. So I looked at the flag and I was like, what do you want me to do with it? And that's when he put it back on me. He said, I don't know. That's up to you. What do you want to do with it? So I opened up the door to that wood stove and I threw it in the fire. Cut to August 2017, and people are still waving that same flag. And I was like, what can I do to stop this hate? And that's when I remember what my dad said to me. That's up to you. What do you want to do? So the following summer, I met Daniel Fairley, a youth opportunity coordinator for Charlottesville. And he told me about this grant-funded project called Changing the Narrative. The basic framework of this project was to build positive Black narratives by filming conversations with young Black youth and Black professionals in our community. And I was psyched. We wanted to make this the most empowering, special, exciting thing we could make it. But it took some work. The young men that we were working with had no film experience, and they were really reluctant to even use the gear. So we teamed them up to learn the gear together. And the teasing each other for not knowing certain things, we encouraged them to be teachers and change those moments into teachable moments. And the impact? By the end of our sessions, these guys were excelling at running all the gear, organizing their own shoots, and even created their own original music score for the film. Connor, I love this. Connor, the quiet one, who wanted this to keep to himself, blossomed into one of our most motivated camera operators. And Christian changed his major from media studies to filmmaking. And he said when he graduates, he wants to create a film studio so he can work with other people of color. These guys have had opportunity to talk about their films at various film events. They've had their films placed and shown at several film festivals across the nation, including our very own Virginia Film Festival 2 years in a row. So what can we do? How can you help change the narrative? We can share Black history and experiences in your community. You can support Black mentorship. And you can create opportunity for Black youth. So here's some clips from the film, one of the films these young men created.
All the kids in my neighborhood play basketball. Yeah, so they always talk about me not playing basketball, but I don't really care. You know, people always try to categorize you and put you into different sections, and you just have to step out.
A lot of Black people in America aspire to whiteness, and how a lot of Black people in America fall victim to the ideal that white people have for us, that all we can be is a basketball player, or all we can be is a mother figure or subservient.
Doing other types of musical things is soft unless I'm rapping about how hard I am. I feel like because of that stereotype, honestly, is one of the real reasons why you don't see a lot of Black kids who honestly could do it participating into it.
It's one thing to be confident and know that you're capable of doing something, but it's also hard to keep that confidence up when you're the only one doing it and you feel like you're like holding up an entire community on your back. Like you're the only Black kid at a school, and you know you're trying to do something big for other Black people. It's hard to like not stay inspired, but it's hard to keep going and like have that willpower to like push through it.
Because when you learn to love yourself, it doesn't matter if people don't love what you're doing.
My name is Corey, I'm 15, I go to CHS and I play the trumpet.
My name is Connor, I'm 15 and I skate and I take pictures.
I'm Louis Tate, I do music, I make films, and I'm going to college.
As more of our history, our experiences, and our truths are revealed, we have the power to decide. What are the stories we are going to tell? I hope you agree that this is one of them. Thank you.